Okay, so this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can adjust the color balance of an image that is from a JPEG file. So if you if you were working with a raw camera file, you could make your color adjustments before you open the document here. But let's just say that you've taken a photo and it's just come up as a JPEG file, and for whatever reason it hasn't got a correct color balance to it. So if you have a look at this image here, for example, it's got quite a strong blue color to it. So what we would do, as normal, just duplicate the layer just to start with. You probably don't have to actually for this one, because we'll create a new layer mask and we'll work with levels. Okay, and that brings up this palette here. Now what you have here is a graph, and you can drag each of these lines here and they will make parts of the image brighter and darker depending on which of these things you're toggling. So over this side, the dark one here is obviously affecting the darker parts of the image, and this one here is affecting the lighter parts of the image. Now, in order to change the color, you need to select each individual color channel. So if we this by default it goes on to RGB, which is red, green, blue, and we want to select each level independently. Now ideally what you want to try and do is bring this front marker up towards where the graph starts, so about there. That's the red channel, and do that for each of them. So we go to the green channel and bring that back to about there, and if the back one here is past the graph, then you bring that in a little bit as well. That helps. And then it's just the blue channel. Now the blue channel is very blue, so it's probably not as much to do here. And bring that in here at the back, and we can see we can already see that the color of this image is much better. Then you can just play around with this middle one here, and that will sort of play around with your mid-tones, and you can work out which level is best, whether it needs a little extra or a little less. That's probably too much. There we go. So that looks pretty good. And if you're working with all three channels at the same time, what you'll find is it actually creates a bit more contrast in your image. So you can play around with each of those to get the effect that you want. And if we have a look at that, then so we'll close that. So that's now our corrected image. If we hide that layer, that was the original image. So you can see the difference that it makes. And that's just a fairly simple, straightforward way to correct the color balance. So as I said, if you wanted to do this, you come down to this button down here, which says create new fill or adjustment layer, and then you've got a whole selection of things that you can do. You could also use it through color balance, but I think that's probably a little bit trickier. Curves is another way you could do it, but levels is probably the easiest way.